split weekend. Let's talk about the first game against Upper Iowa. The things that you liked throughout that one.
Yeah, I think both teams, but Upper Iowa has a really good chance this year of going to the NCAA tournament. They're a really talented team. They have one of the best players in the country for D2 and Jake Hilmer, who's their point guard. And going into it, I thought it would be a really good battle, probably the best team we played and one of the better teams we'll play all year. And I thought we played excellent. I thought we guarded them really well. The score ended up being higher because the last 4 minutes the fouling started, but we actually probably would have held them in the low 60s or even high 50s before all of that happened at the end. If we would have made some free throws, we would have gotten out of there a lot easier and quicker. But I think we led the whole game for 40 minutes. So it was a very good win, a very controlled win, and a win that gives me a lot of confidence moving forward.
And then game two, we get S&T. Kind of your thoughts on that one, a close one as well.
Yeah, it's I like trying to tell the truth and not lie about things, which sometimes can come off as making excuses. But Brian got hurt at the end of the first game and didn't play the second game. Dylan got hurt with 10 minutes to go. We're up 12. They banked in 2 threes. The free throws were 19-8. Those are an awful lot of factors that are kind of odd and random and weird. And I thought, for most of the game, we controlled it about as easily as you're ever going to control a game against a good team, even without our starting point guard. So I was really happy. And then when Dylan went down, I didn't like how we handled that. And so on the weekend, I thought for 70 minutes we were as good as we've ever been since I've been here. And then once Dylan went down, we had that lead. The game was kind of odd because it felt like we should have been up more, but just didn't have some things go our way. And then I thought we kind of panicked, and part of it was we had some lineups out there that were certainly not in the cards going into the weekend, and we didn't handle that well. And I'm really disappointed with how we handled that last 10 minutes. But it's hard because on the whole, I loved how we played this weekend, and I loved what we did. So I don't want to. I don't want to overreact to a bad 10-minute stretch without 2 of our best players and 2 of the best players in the conference. But at the same time, those guys are out. They'll for sure be out tomorrow. They might be out going forward. And it's a great opportunity for our team to grow. One thing that's helpful is this has happened before. We've had this happen the last couple of years. We've had weekends with Max Bjorklund and Brian last year. We had a weekend. We've had weekends without Justin Brookins and other all-conference players in the past. And every time it's happened, there has been a positive that comes out of it. Maybe it's someone steps up. Maybe it's, you discover a new lineup. Maybe it's one of your better players has to become a star and learns how to be a star, like what happened to Max Weisbrod last year. And we don't know what that positive is going to be. But I think the only way you can look at it is, yeah, sure, we might be 4-0 if we're healthy. We would be. We're not. We're 2-2. But are we going to get some positives out of losing and out of these injuries that help us when we're trying to win games in March? You got to hope so, and you got to be optimistic about that. And some guys are going to have opportunities, and I'm excited to see how they take advantage of it.
And then, Coach, we look at the rest of this week tomorrow, Lakeland here, and then traveling to Concordia, St. Paul. Kind of your thoughts on those 2 teams, and one at home and then one on the road.
Yeah, Lakeland's a private D3 school, and actually 5 miles from where I grew up, so I'm very familiar with them. They're really good offensively. They average like 90 points a game and play really up-tempo. I think it'll be it's a good opportunity for us to play fast and, get some points and play some more guys and try to get some confidence in transition again. We're going to have trouble guarding them. They're really small. They're going to spread us out and shoot threes. But we're quite a bit bigger and more athletic, so we should have some advantages there. And then Concordia's been, a little bit down the last 2 years with a new coach. They are really good right now. He's done it the right way. He's built it slowly, methodically. Great people who are now all getting older and becoming great players. And I think Concordia is going to have a really good season. And I think their program is headed in a great direction. And all we're going to try to do is they're going to have a lot of success this year, and we have to push off their success for one more day. Let's have them have one more bad game before they go on to have what's going to be a really, really good season. And that's kind of always our goal. But I think they're really, really good, and I think they're going to surprise a ton of people this year. I really like their players. I like their staff. I think they're in a great spot right now, and have some individuals that I don't know how we're going to guard. They pushed us last year to the brink, and they have all those guys back and have added some transfers that are even more talented. The hope is that it's still a little fresh for them, and maybe we can take advantage of it being early season, because I think they're going to be really hard to play later on in the